Welcome to Learned and Go-Go, the podcast. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. It's me, Sydnee. I am your host, and I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. And I am super excited to be here with you guys tonight. Let me see. No comments yet. Where is everybody? There's Luna. Hola. Hola, bonita. How are you tonight? Everybody let me know who's here. I'm not seeing comments, which is so unusual for all of you. It's funny. I was just saying that, I get to this point of my day and I'm just like so tired. And I'm like, maybe I should do like a 10 a.m. podcast for old farts. But you know what? You guys always energize me. And I feel so happy to get with you guys. No matter how tired I am before I hit the button to record, I am super excited. Hey, there's oh my God, all the comments came in at once. So I hope my internet's okay. That would suck. All right, Luna missed the intro music. Oh no, I see Lizzie, I see Aaron, I see So Severian. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And just for you, Luna. Do a little reprise of the intro music there. So it has been a week already. I feel like I was just talking with you guys, and I'm so happy that it is Wednesday again. There's a lag, huh? That sucks. I'm sorry. I actually have it plugged into the Ethernet, so I don't understand what is up. Hey, Kyler's here. Happy Wednesday, Skull. I am so glad that you are here. That's so weird that there's a lag. I'm sorry. Maybe it's a YouTube thing because you guys are all on YouTube. If someone is on Facebook, please comment and let us know if it's lagging there too, so I know if it's a me thing or a YouTube thing. But anyway, happy Wednesday again. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad to see all of you guys. Trying to think what I've been up to the last week. It went by in a blink, honestly. Trying to stay warm. That's something I've been up to. I named this week's show Baby It's Cold Outside because I don't know what it's like where you guys are, but I am freezing my tits off. It is so cold. Let's see here. It says temps to plummet on my computer. That is not very, that doesn't make me feel good. So let me see on What the Forecast, which is my favorite weather app, what we got going on here right now. And yes, I know it's January. I know it's supposed to be cold. I don't like it. Oh, 34, we're above freezing. Bully for us. Cool. Yeah, because like the rest of the week, I'm looking at things that say 8 and 6. And Sunday, we're going to get between 3 inches and 18 feet of snow. So, it's all good. It's all fun. It's all winter. So I am not built for winter. I am not a cold weather person, but I've lived in this area my entire life, so I don't know what I would do if I didn't have seasons. But I'm just put in the comments, what kind of season person are you? Like fall is my jam. Fall is my number one. I love that smell in the air. I love the fire pit, like the crunchy leaves. I love all of that. Summer is my second favorite. I love to hang by the pool. My dog loves to play ball in the pool. So that is my second favorite for sure. But put in the comments. It's funny because I'm not getting, there's definitely a lag tonight, guys. I'm really sorry. I don't know if it's on my end or YouTube's end. But put your favorite season in the comments. Hey, Reese. Happy Wednesday. Hey, my wicked friend, hope you are well and staying warm. Fall is my season. I would have guessed that. Not too cold, but it's cold, and we got Halloween. You're amazing. You are amazing, my friends. And I am not even a little bit surprised that you said fall because that fits. Since you're on Facebook, does it seem like it's lagging to you on there? Because I'm trying to figure out if it's a YouTube issue or a me issue. And honestly, if it's a me issue, I don't think I can do anything because, like I said, I'm already plugged into Ethernet. So unless we all do a little ritual to Verizon to get their heads out of their asses and get my internet better, that's all we can do. But yeah, so we're supposed to get tons of snow this weekend. Okay, fine on your end. Thank you for letting me know. So I already got, I don't want to go to the store with, I call them the French toast people because they buy up all the bread and milk and eggs. And like, what are you going to do with like 3 gallons of milk and like 18 dozen eggs and 10 loaves? Or you got to make French toast. What else are you going to do with all that? So I didn't want to be in the store with all of those people. So put in my order tonight. It's getting delivered tomorrow. And I'm going to be all good for the weekend. And I'm not making French toast because I don't like French toast. Let's see here. Reese says we got what they're calling exploding trees in the upper Michigan Peninsula. Exploding trees? What is that? Please tell me what that is. I am intrigued. What are exploding trees? I'm going to scoot over here to YouTube real quick and see if maybe comments are coming on. Now it says I have 0 comments over here. I don't know what's going on, but if you're watching and YouTube is being a butt, come on over to Facebook. Come on over to Facebook and join us over here. All right, it's so cold the trees are straight up exploding. I've never heard of this. Like the sap inside of them is freezing and it's like just expanding and kaboom. I have never heard of this phenomenon, but it sounds terrifying. Like, so you could be driving up the street and a tree would explode and just like land on your windshield like tree guts. That's insane. I've never heard of this. Will you be careful? It's kind of like when you're in Hawaii and the coconuts can fall out of the trees and kill you. It's kind of the same vibe. Okay, they're not near you. Good. But be safe. That's awful. Trying to see if anybody's let me know what's going on with YouTube because I have not seen a YouTube comment in a minute. Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing Luna Project's forecast and she's got cold too. All right, Erin, thank you for coming over here. I'm so sorry about YouTube. I don't know what's wrong with it because I set it up like I always do. But welcome to the Facebook side. So yeah, I would assume that your favorite season is fall. Would that be a correct assumption, Erin? I'm just guessing. Oh wait, holy crap, we've got a ton of comments. All right, guys, I don't know what is up with YouTube. I am going to scroll back. Oh my goodness. They all came in at once. Erin said, if you're on YouTube, just close the video and reload the chat and it will fix itself. Excellent. And let's see here. 36 in Cincy. Brr. Lizzie says, we'll be freezing soon enough, gathering up supplies to wait out the winter storm. Absolutely. So Severian says, I left my meat. Sorry. I left my meat on the workbench outside. No point making room in the freezer. Just make sure that some wildlife critter doesn't come help itself. You might be feeding, the foxes. And do you have coyotes up where you are? We have them down here now. Let's see. Oh, Skull says about to get fucking 20 inches here in Virginia. I'm screwed. It's really like hitting, like northeast. So Lizzie says we got up to 75 today, and that's what makes the drop even worse. Oh gosh, 75 would be amazing right now. And if Luna's an autumn girl, Lizzie autumn 100%. Awesome. Erin says, fall is mine. I tried not to call it autumn because it's my sister's name. That's fair enough. Let's see here. And Skull, fall all the way, birthday and Halloween, and it's the perfect weather. Absolutely. Luna loves French toast. I don't like pancakes or waffles either, honestly. I'm just not like, probably because I don't do the sweets and all of those are like sweet based, I'll do like a protein waffle, but I just have never been like a real French toast person. Let's see here. Yeah, getting possible 17 feet of snow makes it. No, my comments come through StreamYard. So I always have all comments. I can't filter them. That's why like they all came in at the same time. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. I've never seen that happen before. All right, as long as you guys can see each other. Hey, Lizzie's over here now too. Yay! And so is Luna Projects. All right. Everybody's coming over to the dog side, the Facebook side. All right. So yeah, so if you guys are getting the same craziness this weekend, make sure you are stocked up, make sure you are warm, have candles or, like little Johns like this in case your power goes out. I was trying to do my lights a little bit different tonight. I like moved some stuff around. I'm still the pasty lady. I'm embracing it. I will be the pasty lady. I am your pasty lady. So no matter where I put the lights, no matter what, if they're more yellow, if they're more white, if they're brighter, if they're dimmer, it doesn't matter. I'm just pasty. I'm here for it. Let's see here. Luna says, I'll have to follow you on my Facebook page, people, at the moment. Are you talking to, let's see here. Da, 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 da. All right. Oh, the white and black on Facebook is killing your eyes. I'm sorry. It's weird how the different sites set up their different color schemes and stuff. I have one of the communities for my work is for people with macular degeneration, and the newsletter they send out is like on a black background with white letters and yellow, and it messes with my eyes when I have to check those newsletters. So I understand how different color schemes can mess with you. Oh, Freya's watching. Hi, Freya. Cute. Reese says, got stocked up on groceries today. Got a lot of spirits too, so we're covered on all bases. Absolutely. Speaking of that, let us do Tatiana. She was cute. Let's say Tatiana. If you are new here, Tatiana is what we say, kind of like a cheers. So if you've got some booze, if you've got some water, if you're smoking something, take a drink, take a toke, whatever. Tatiana to all of you. And if you would like to know the story behind Tatiana, get your copy of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, and you can get it at learnedingogo.com. All right, that is my plug for me tonight. Yeah, so one thing that definitely happens when it gets cold out is that sometimes you get some uninvited guests inside. And you guys know my friend Frankie. I saw his post that he had a little rodent friend under his desk. And I was thinking about, like, thank goodness, I don't have to deal with that here, knock wood, knock wood. They have been, but not recently. But I know places I have lived where we've had to deal with mice in the winter. Do you guys get that where you are? Do you get all of the outdoor friends becoming indoor friends when it gets cold out? Hey, thank you, Dustin. It's a good book. I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much. And I like Mr. Dust 11. Very nice. That's super cool. So no, the cat is at Luna's asking if I still have the cat. No, the cat is my youngest child and is at college right now. So it's a college cat. But we have Muffy, and I 100% know that Muffy would catch a mouse. Muffy, when we first got her, when she was still a puppy, would dig holes in the yard and dig up voles and bring them to me. And by then they were ex-voles, usually, when I was lucky. So I know she can catch and kill. She is definitely that type of dog. And she was on a kick for a little bit where I was calling her Zombie because like we say Muffy with an I instead of a Y. So I'm like, you're going to be Zombie, Zombi, because she was catching birds. And I mean like seagulls. I don't mean finches. I mean Like if she could have caught a hawk, she would have had it and ripping their heads off, and she would just eat their heads. I'm like, are you eating everybody's brains? And so I had to dispose of decapitated birds and bunnies and squirrels. So I really do think if we had them here, she would take care of it. But I remember working at a convenience store when I was a teenager, and I was behind the counter, I'm at the cash register, and I'm waiting as somebody, and I just see go across the store. I'm like, I can't say anything. I can't draw attention to this mouse that just like ran full across the store. So we decided we were going to set up traps. It was me and this girl, Michelle, I used to work with. So we set traps up all over the place. And at the end of the night, we had one. It looked like Fievel. It was a sin, but had it in the trap in the corner. And we used to put notes up for the manager on the one shelf. You'd like tape a note up. So we put it in a bag and we taped it up to this shelf with a little note that said, "Look what we did. Aren't you proud of us?" And so the manager came in the morning and opened the bag and found the mouse. So instead of throwing it out, he sticks it on the counter and waits for one of the other guys to come in and is like, "Yeah, I got bagels there on the counter." And the guy, thankfully, he looked in the bag before he stuck his hand and he's like, "You are a sick man." So I remember that mouse story. Let's see here. Reese says, we get a lot of opossums. We put food out for them during this time, but we also get some coyotes too. Have to patrol the area around my property a lot. Definitely. I love possums. Some people think they're ugly. I think they're adorable and they eat bugs and they're super cool. And so definitely, I'm really glad you leave food out for them. I think they are cute. No, that was Muffy. Muffy did it, not Lexi. I don't think Lexi ever caught anything. Lexi would pick up, because we do have a lot of hawks around here. We do get bald eagles. We get like very big birds. So when I had my guinea pig, I would never, ever take him outside because he would have been a fat snack and gone like that. But what was I going to say? Oh, so what Lexi would do is she was like a scavenger. I would catch her and she'd have like a squirrel tail that I'm pretty sure a bird dropped, like when it was done, and she would have pieces of things. And I don't think she ate them. I think she was just scavenging, where Muffy is a catch and kill pup. So let's see. Lizzie says, there used to be a fox around here, mostly just cats, opossums, and raccoons. Now we have a fox that comes around a lot and super cute. And the other day I don't know if I told you guys about this last week because I can't remember if it was before or after the podcast, but Muffy saw the fox and like starts I said, you better not, because if you catch it, you're not going to like what happens. And it went across the street. That was during the day. And then at night, she's barking and like running around my truck. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm on the phone with So Severian actually when this happened. And I'm like, hold on a second. And I put the flashlight on and I look under and there's this raccoon looking back at me like so confused and adorable. And I'm like, Muffy, get in the house. And she came in. So I'm guessing he ran off, but he was so cute. So cute. I love raccoons. Adorable. Hey, Keith. Chocolate popsicle tuning in. Stop it. I'm glad you're here. Linda says, I got a big possum that hangs out by us. Awesome. I like big possums and I cannot die. That doesn't work. But I do like possums. I think they're awesome. And I love raccoons and I love fox. And we get a lot of deer here now too. And as much as I love seeing them all, it breaks my heart because I know that they are in my yard because their woods are getting chopped down so that they can build more houses that no one needs, because there's enough stuff that's already been torn down and built on that's falling down that you can tear down again and build in the same spot. But yeah, we get lots and lots of animals. In fact, a couple of years ago, there was like 3 or 4 doe in the backyard, and there was a fawn that looked like, it was just born. It was the size of a dog. It was so tiny, and you could tell it was like wobbly. And in our backyard, we got like, it's our yard and then our neighbor's yard, and then there's a creek that has a bridge that goes over. It's really pretty. And this fawn's by the bridge, and all the doe take off. and leave the baby. Well, the baby, being a baby, decides it's curious and takes off through a couple of the houses. Well, I'm guessing its mama comes back, doesn't see the deer, sees us up on the deck with Lexi, and I think she thought Lexi was her baby, and she did the, when they do their front legs like they're going to kill you, that. And this thing growled. I've never heard a deer make this noise before. And I'm like, we got to get in the house because she could have jumped onto the deck. We're like, it's not your baby, it's our dog, like don't kill us. But yeah, I felt terrible because like they're here because humans have taken their home away, and that just pisses me off. We do have bunnies. We have bunnies under the deck in the backyard that we rescue from the pool a lot. When we got to like the third bunny, we told Mama Bunny we were going to call Child Protective Services on her because like one bunny falling in the pool and is an accident, but you get that much? I don't know, Mama Bunny. I think you're a neglectful parent. Aaron says, I'm the only dusty bat around here lately. We used to get bats in the backyard. We get them too. I love our bats. And we had one in the house. I feel like I've told you guys this story before, but it was like 3 a.m. and our oldest wakes us up to tell us that there's a bat in the fireplace. And I'm thinking, it's in the fireplace. It'll just go back up the chimney. No, this dingbat got itself stuck between the screen and the glass and the doors. So it's kind of like, and I'm like, well, we'll wait and see if it's still there in the morning. Hopefully it'll work its way back out. It worked its way in. Wake up in the morning, bat is still there along with a big old PP line so Dave and I make our plan. We get a Tupperware, get a piece of cardboard. I'm like, you open the door, I'll get the bat. I put gloves on, everything, we're all prepared. So catch it. We run to go out the door. Not one of us geniuses figured out we should unlock and open the door on the way out. So I've got Matthew, as I named him, in the Tupperware. I'm like, open the door, open the door. So Dave opens the door. We get out and put him on, like next to the carport. And I'm like, oh, he's so cute. And then I'm like, Lexi and Bandit might try to eat him. This was before we had Muffy. So I'm like, all right, I got to move him somewhere safe. And like I said, I got gloves on. So I'm like, it's okay, buddy. And I go like that, and he like bit my finger, but thankfully he didn't get through the glove. So I got him out and into the backyard, and he crawled like his wings. I have a video of it. He's like, and he went to the drain spout because they can't fly from the ground. They have to be, I think it's at least 3 feet off the ground and glide. So like he was on the lawn. He really couldn't go anywhere until he climbed his way up. So I like to think that the bats that we see out back in the summer, I like to think that one of them is Matthew, and he's still hanging around and grateful that we got him out of the fireplace. But that was such a debacle. It was so funny. I'm glad he was okay. Yes, Todd the Toad. Luna, you have such a great memory. We have, we named him Todd, the toad that comes and peeks in our sliding glass door in the back, and he's a little pervert, and he has a kink because he likes being in my dog's mouths because he comes back multiple times each year, even after being in the dog's mouths, and it happens all over again. And the one night we got him off of the back deck and took him across the street and put him in that neighbor's yard, and within 5 minutes he's back peeking in the window again. So that is Todd the Toad. But actually, I don't think I saw him this summer. I hope he's okay. Aaron says, also a black vulture for 2 months I named Mortimer, and is my namesake for the horror barbecue. Yes, I've seen pictures. Mortimer is so cool. Lizzie says, oh my God, Facebook, the video won't load, yet the comments won't go through. What is this nonsense? It is messed up. I am so sorry, guys. I don't understand what's going on tonight. It's just weird. But hopefully it'll get itself right. Because I don't think if I like hit refresh on my end, I don't think I can pause it and come back because it says end stream. Like when I'm recording, I can pause, but when I'm doing a live, I don't know if I can. So we'll try to hang in there. We might have to cut this short tonight if it's being a butt. Dang it. Let's see here. I think, yeah, Luna says, I thought you could swear you mentioned the toad this summer or spring. I think I was talking about him, but I don't remember seeing him this year on the deck. Maybe he met somebody. Maybe he's off having a very romantic life. That's what I'd like to think. Uh, yeah, Lizzie, I think you're right. It's not you. Technology is waging a revolt. I think everybody is waiting. That's what's going on right now. Dustin says, of course, I show up and there are technical difficulties. Man, it has been tonight. Like it started with YouTube and now Facebook's joining the party too. So I don't know what it is, but Tatiana, let's make it work. It's funny talking about mice in a mouse in the house. The mountain house, Dave got with his first wife who passed away back in 2002, I believe, and had the house for like 20 years and maybe had a mouse in it once or twice. And then, so this is maybe it's a little less than 20 years because we got new neighbors a few years back, and all of a sudden the house was infested with mice. Like we went up and it looked like somebody had a black pepper party. Like, I mean, just mouse shit everywhere on the counters, in the drawers. They ate the stuffing. I mean, it was. So we're out talking to the neighbors, and they're like, oh, yeah, we had a really bad mouse problem, but we got the basement sealed. When your neighbor is like 15 feet away, that's something you let them know, because where did you think they were going to go, dipshit? So we had like probably a year of every time we went up there just scrubbing everything and like putting everything away. So, we'd have the traps up and everything. We're sitting on the couch. This mouse comes out from under the entertainment center. Like it's Mr. Mouse house. Like why wouldn't I wander around the living room? I said, are you kidding me? Me and my Tupperware again. Do not ever underestimate me in a Tupperware. So I get it. And I catch the mouse in the Tupperware and I take him out on the deck and I just fling him. I was like, bye, Mickey. Yeah. The audacity of this mouse to just come out like, hey guys, what are we watching? And I always have loved all animals. I do. But when I was about 10, a mouse got in the attic and ate most of my Christmas ornaments, including all of my Winnie the Pooh ones from when I was born. So I have a little bit of a revenge streak with mice. So, yeah, I was thinking of that one too. You would have got a cat. Well, I had dogs. They just didn't go up with us that time. Let's see. Exactly. Not his fault. He thought he was going to the Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah, well, he made a wrong turn. That's so funny. But yeah, thankfully, knock wood, because I understand it's, when it's cold out, they want to come in. That makes sense. But like, not to that. It was not supposed to be a house party, a mouse house party. It's no, too much. Oops. Hey, cuz, you on here? My cousin just called me by accident. Oh, that's really funny that Luna said its cousin, and I got a call from my cousin at the same time. That's pretty funny. But yeah, we used to have in what's now my ex's house, we'd get things in the house like that, and they put like the exterminators put the glue traps down, and one was by this. It was like a Pier 1 decoration, like a wrought iron bird cage thing. And it was on the floor next to it. And this snake came in and wrapped itself around the wrought iron thing and got stuck on the glue trap around the dude. So then I had to carefully unscrew the bird cage from the thing and get it off the snake. Buddy, just stay outside. Just stay outside. That was crazy. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Lizzie. Ghosts. It's one of them nights, man. Here we go. This one's giving the finger 11. I'm not giving you the finger 11 because I love you, but Can you see his little hands? He's doing a double bird. He's so cute. It had to be snakes, the old Indiana Jones. Luna says, I love the meme where it shows a mountain lion outside sliding glass and it says, baby, it's cold outside, so let them in. I love the one with the mountain lion outside and the cat inside going, Mom, Aunt Carol's here. I love that one. Isn't that adorable, Lizzie? One of my besties gave each of us theirs when we went to New Orleans for our 50th. And she gave us, try not to drop this. We each got little vampire venom perfume bottle too. So cute. I love it. Love it. Love it. I love little things like that. I went to it was like a girls' day out, and they had they had the flash tattoos. I got this one at a different, so hard to see on this. There you go. It's like a self-love, give yourself a hug kind of tattoo. But this was a different one. And they had this cute little ghost, and I was so excited, but it was like a 4-hour wait to get the tattoos. And I'm like, okay, I'm not hanging around that long. But I probably will eventually get a little ghost tattoo because I think they're cute, like just a little fat ghost. They're adorable. Yeah, I love the bottle and I love my ghosts. I think they're so cool. One of these days I'll do like a check out the podcast room thing where I can show you guys everything that's on this side too. And I have so much more to hang up too, is the thing. But like this is as far as I can go right now, and even that hurts. I'm not allowed to lift above my head yet. So hanging things up is not on my menu at the moment. In fact, yesterday I was cleaning the bathroom and I went to put something up on top of the cabinet, and oh dear Lord, that hurt so bad. But my neck, my scar is getting even less noticeable. It was 10 weeks Monday. It's been since November 10th. And I have not had the collar on for over a week. So technically I can start driving again. I just need to do it because I haven't driven since I think I figured out November 8th was the last time I drove. And I'm fine with that. I'm kind of like, whatever. I'm perfectly happy at home. I love my husband. I love my family. I love my pets. I'm perfectly happy being in my house. But I do need to like go drive somewhere just to do it since I can. But we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, I can't do the YMCA, Luna. I mean, I can do it like YMCA. I can do the ASL version. Oh, Erin, you're still coughing. I am so sorry. I'm sending you healing energy. That sucks. You've been dealing with that for a while. So I hope that you are all better soon. And the weather going from like 75 to freezing isn't good. It's hard to adjust to. So I hope you are all better soon. And anybody else that's watching that's dealing with sickness or injury or heart hurt or anything, sending you healing energy to get better. Because we all deal with stuff and we need to be there for each other. So, and I know I've said this before and I'll say it again, any one of us in the comments and myself is always here to listen. So if you're lurking and you're dealing with something, feel free to reach out to any of us and we'll be here for you because that's what this crew do. Because you guys are the best. So Tatiana to that. Let's see here. Yeah, and Luna says to Erin, have some tea and hate saying it. You might want to lay off the smoking until you kick the ick. Yeah, tea helps. It's funny. I don't drink hot tea unless I'm sick because the only time I ever drank hot tea growing up was when my mom would make it for me when I'm sick. So if I drink it, I feel sick. It's like total psychosomatic like programming. But especially she used to make, it was almond tea. And I just loved the smell of it. Like I didn't even have to drink it. I would just sit there and like smell it. It was like my own little air freshener. And that always made me feel better, the smell of the almond tea. And then I started drinking amaretto when I was I haven't had that in a long time because that's always in sweet drinks, but I loved almond tea. No, Luna, I have tried every like flavor, green, black, tea bags, fresh brewed from the leaves, like gone to tea houses, and my bestie that gave me the ghost and the vampire venom bottle, she doesn't do coffee at all. She only does tea, and like she'll let me. I've tried it with milk. I've tried it with honey. I've tried it with lemon. I think it's like I said, it's just a core memory that um, my mom trained me because I never ever had it unless we drank iced tea all the time. Like iced tea, I loved, but hot tea, the only kind that I do like is green tea. Because I did, which one was it? I think it was when I did the 3-day cleanse. I don't know, one of the nutrition programs I did, you couldn't have coffee, but you could have decaffeinated green tea. And so I was drinking that like crazy because it was not water. And excuse me, and I can drink it. And I like drinking water, but I want something other than that too. So I did like that. Let's see here. Erin says the green has been helping because it's a natural expectorant and is helping get the gunk out of my chest. Oh, good. Let's see. Oh, yes, Erin. Yes, I want to announce this too. A happy thought for my role in Rotten to the Core. It's going to be awesome and so much fun. Yes, Aaron just announced today he has a role in an upcoming movie called Rotten to the Core. So if you're not following him yet on Facebook, follow Aaron Markham, show him some love, give him some kudos, and keep an eye out for this next project. Super awesome. Luna says, I have ginger lemon, apple cinnamon, green tea jasmine. Harney and Sons green tea with citrus is awesome. Cool. And a mazel tov to Dustin. Very cool. Thanks. Oh, and Luna loves Earl Grey. I bought it was a green tea. It might even be matcha, but I feel like it's just green tea. But it has turmeric in it. And I'm like, oh, that's healthy. But I didn't realize it also has like cayenne and some other stuff. And when you're really stuffed up, it's great because it like breaks all of that up. But if you're not, it's kind of like you went into the spice rack and just dumped it all down your throat. So it's a little much. But yeah, that was a different one because I do like to try them, but it's not. Lizzie, I lost my mouse. She said, I'll show him some love. All right. No worries. That is awesome. And Dustin says, I have all kinds of tea. Since I have a teapot tattoo, I feel like I need to for branding reasons. That is fair. That is fair. And that's Rooibos. Is Rooibos a brand or is that a type? Aaron says, I love Earl Grey, and when I was training for martial arts, I drank green tea. Okay, that's cool. It's really healthy for you. It's a good thing to drink. I just can't, like, some of them are just, it's like hot butt. I don't, I don't like the way it tastes. It's not my jam. My personal favorite is Dragon Pearl Jasmine from Harney and Sons. Okay. Now wait, did it? Yeah, Luna likes the Harney and Sons green tea with citrus. I have never heard of Harney and Sons, so I will have to look this up. Rooibos has turmeric. Oh, Rooibos. Okay. Yeah, this is just whatever I got at the Acme. I don't think it's Lipton. It might be a Celestial Seasonings. It's one of the mainstream like grocery store brands. Okay, and there's also chai, which I love. I used to love the like chai latte, but I mean like the 90s Dunkin' Donuts chai latte, which is all just sugar and chemicals. And I would get it with extra, extra sugar and extra, extra cream. That would kill, like, if I took a sip of that now, I would be in the hospital. Like, there is no way my body could filter out all of that sugar and all of that cream. I'm not even talking milk, I'm talking cream. I think my butt just grew 2 inches talking about it. Like, no, no, that is not good for you. But actual chai is good for you, not the Dunkin' version. Sorry, I'm Tatianaing again. It's been that kind of day. All right. So I will definitely check out Harney and Sons. In fact, I'm going to put a note in my phone using my smarticles tonight. It just autocorrected to Garnet, so that's not going to help me. Okay, Harney. And now it says horny. All right. Oh my God, I'm a mess tonight. All right, Harney and Sons tea. Not yet, guys. Okay. So I'm looking at my list here because I've been smart the past couple of weeks. And when I think of things to talk about on the podcast, I put a note in my phone instead of going, hey, that'd be fun to talk about. And then I don't write it down and then I don't remember. So, okay. And another great tea brands, Harney and Sons is pretty solid and a great variety. And Luna's going to send me a link. Amazon has it. Excellent. I will definitely check it out and see what kind of flavors they have that might appeal to me trying it. Because I used to drink a ton of coffee and I don't anymore. Like I might have a cup or two and I don't every day, but it's because I have my Energized pre-workout that I abuse. So if I could have tea instead, especially now that it's cold, and since I can't do hot chocolate and stuff, like that would be a nice warm your hands up thing. So I was thinking about the snow coming this weekend and talking about hot drinks now. It just reminded me of when the kids were little, they went out to help Dave shovel and I made a big pot of hot chocolate in the crock pot, and I had like marshmallows on the side, and also they'd go out and shovel and then they'd come in and have some hot chocolate, and it was just so cute. So do you have any snow day memories that you remember from growing up or, even more recently? Were there, did you like to build snowmen or snow forts or have snowball fights? Or in my neighborhood, ice fights. Because we'd make the snowballs and then dip them in water and make them ice balls because we were evil little children. But I remember when we lived down the shore, I mean, I was little, I was a toddler, and there was a massive, massive blizzard, but the snow drifts were like 6 feet because you're, down the shore, there's nothing to stop the wind coming off the ocean. So it just was like, and we had a wiener dog, and my dad had to like shovel little tunnels for, his name was Red Baron, for him to come out and like go potty. And as if not, he'd jump out and just, it was like long lost wiener dog. Like, where'd he go? So I think about that. Muffy gets super excited when it snows because she goes out on the deck and pees in the snow, and we're like, did you really? But she likes to do that, so whatever, it all washes away. But I just remember like being little and getting dressed up like Ralphie's little brother in A Christmas Story, like the layers, and putting the Wonder Bread bags on your feet inside your boots so that your feet didn't get wet. And like the gloves and the scarf and the thing. And then I'd still get cold and want to come in like 3.5 minutes. And my brothers would get so mad at me because they'd take me down to the cemetery to sled, and they'd want to keep sledding, and I just would want to go home, and I'd wind up like crying and walking home by myself, because like I just get cold. But it was fun. I did love sledding, and in the cemetery, there was just like this giant hill, and it went all the way down to this house, like this brick house at the bottom that had trees. So if you got off course, you were just dead. But you were in the cemetery, so it's convenient. Let's see. Lizzie says, oh, sorry, my mouth sucks. When my grandparents died, my aunt and uncle cleaned out their house and sent us a pod full of stuff, including a sled. A sled. I still marvel at the logic. That is kind of a random thing to send to Texas. That's funny. To be fair, though, when my best friend and I, when we were little, her uncle had a cabin up like right at the border of Pennsylvania and New York in the mountains. And he had 12 acres up there. And I'm sure I told you guys about this place before because the cabin was at the top of the mountain and it was literally one room, no running water, no electric. It had two sets of bunk beds and then a couch, a wood burning stove, and then a picnic table with like kitchen cabinets, but no sink or anything because there wasn't any water. And I think it might have had like a Coleman stove there. And then you had the bucket in case you had to go to the bathroom at night. And there was a nice big porch, but then you'd go down, it's like a quarter mile down the mountain was where the outhouse was. And then there was like a creek and all that. So we used to go sledding down that, which was amazing. And then the one year we went up and there wasn't any snow. So we went sledding in the mud down the mountain. Did I mention there was no running water? And we were just like the mud people. Getting that off with like gallon bottles of water and rags was fun. Yeah. Her mom was not pleased with us. That was, but in the snow, it was fun. I, Rosebud, Rosebud. Is that Citizen Kane where Rosebud's a sled? Oh, did I say water? I always say water. No running water, no electric. I remember that the bunk beds, we had comforters that had Hershey Kisses on it. Like it's random memories. It's pretty funny. Did you guys do the bread bags on your feet too, or is that like a Jersey thing? Because you put like your socks on and then you put the plastic bags on your feet and then like I'd do another sock to keep it on and then your boots. And that way when the water gets inside your boots, your feet stay dry. It's actually pretty ingenious. But like you say that to kids now and they're like, what are you talking about? But it was a big thing back then. I feel like all of my friends did the bread bag thing. And then my mom would do the hot chocolate and she'd sometimes have like a candy cane or something peppermint to put in it. So that was kind of cool, along with the marshmallows. I don't remember any other special like snow day food other than the hot chocolate. Maybe she made cookies or something. I don't remember. Okay, you did in Wisconsin too, so it's not just a Jersey thing. Thank you. I was like wondering if anybody else ever did that. But it was fun. Like, and I remember my dad making a big snowman with us, and like in my memory, the thing would have been like 15 feet tall, but I'm sure it's because I was little. It was probably just like a regular sized snowman, but I picture this thing like because I was little. And he did like the rolling the snowball around like they do in cartoons. Like that might be the only time I remember seeing an actual person in real life rolling the snowball. I tried to do that with my kids, but we never got enough snow. Like when they were little, there were a couple of good snowstorms, but nothing like I remember when I was little. But maybe I'm not remembering correctly. Maybe, but I feel like we had a lot more snow back then. I don't know. I feel like I have to go tell someone to get off my lawn now. I'm being an old fart. But oh, butterscotch and hot chocolate sounds good. Oh, so Severian says we put bread bags over our sneakers. Okay. And see, that is your comment just popped in now. So Severian, that's crazy. I don't understand what's going on with YouTube. Aaron says you never had enough snow. Do you guys get snow in Texas? Like, or you do and it's just like a dusting? Because I know New Mexico gets snow. And you guys are kind of on the same, it's that latitude. Latitudes like a ladder, longitudes. I don't know. I haven't used those brain cells in a while. But yeah, I remember like coming in and putting all of the wet mittens and stuff on the radiators so they could dry. Now we have vents in the floor that we put the drippy shoes on. Let's see. North Texas does. We get ice and hail. Ugh, I'm sorry. Snow angels. Yes. Yes. Snow angels are fun. Those are awesome. Last year, David, my godson, came to visit from New Zealand, and they don't get snow in New Zealand. So he was thrilled. We got like an inch of snow. it was like having, the blizzard of 96 to him. He was so excited out there playing in the snow. Like, so when I see what we have now, I'm like, why couldn't this have been when Greg was here? He would have been beside himself excited, like with the snow we're supposed to get this weekend. But I'm glad he had a good time with it not being humongously deep snow, too. Um, yeah, North Texas gets it. Cool. Excuse me. Let's see, we're about as central Texas as you get. We're 45 minutes from Austin. Okay. I've not been to Austin. I've been to Houston and I've been to San Antonio and I've been to Dallas Airport, but I've not been to Austin yet. So have to do that someday. That would be cool. All right, so we have 10 minutes left. I might save some of these for next week and we can just do pick a page, because I am still laughing about the buttholes last week because that was just ridiculous how we were talking about buttholes and then I open up the book and I have two buttholes looking at me. So it is time for pick a page. So pick a page between, we'll say 1 and 300 and give me an A or a B so I know which book I'm reading from. And let's see, we've got some comments. I meant to click this off. Okay. We have, Lizzie says the weather app says snow on Monday. If it happens, we'll get pictures. Definitely, yes. Yes. And Aaron says Austin in the 90s, you wouldn't have wanted to leave. Oh, I bet. I've heard of Colleen, yes. And probably, like years ago, I heard of it the first time. So cool. All right. Aaron is saying A265. A is everything I need to know. I learned in Go-Go. So let's see what is on with page 265. Most of us have at least one friend who knows all the nooks and crannies of our day-to-day, as well as all of our darkest secrets. Well, at least the darker ones. That doesn't mean everyone in your life wants or needs to know all of those same details. If you are unsure if the person you are talking to fits into the nooks and crannies category, maybe you should find a topic to discuss that isn't so personal. Then if the conversation works its way into a space where you're getting cues that the person is open to hearing more personal details, you can start to tell the more intimate stories. Ta-da! Let's see. Oh, Lizzie says Sunday. Damn, what's my problem with days lately? Dude, I thought today was Thursday all day. And I'm like, no, I need to do my podcast tonight. It's Wednesday. It felt like Thursday. I don't know why. So I'm a day ahead and you're a day behind. Let's see here. And Aaron says, it's okay, Lizzie. You will be busy during the storm. I love it. I love you too. I love your love. All right. Somebody give me a number for the B book because we just did A book. One number between 1 and 300. And let's try not to pick the butthole page because I can't show that. If I'm getting slammed in the comments and I'm like not even doing anything. All right. I mean, them showing me comments, not you guys. All right. 85. That's funny. I opened up to 83. I was so close. Oh, okay. That's a picture. All right. Why? Page 85 is diseases. Oh, and this is, the Encyclopedia of Unusual Sex Practices by Brenda Love. So thank you, Brenda. Diseases. A French doctor named Jacques de Bethencourt named syphilis morbus venereus. We should call it morbus venereus. That sounds much funnier than syphilis. Morbus venereus. Or the sickness of Venus, goddess of love. With time, the term venereal diseases came to include all sexually transmitted diseases. Today, the term VD has been changed to sexually transmitted diseases, STDs. Actually, Brenda, since this came out in the 90s, they're now called STIs, I've learned. Yep. Okay. To reflect a broader scope of transmission, there are currently 32 organisms and 26 syndromes that are thought to be transmitted sexually. I want to see if that's been updated since this book came out. The following information is brief because it is not intended to be used for self-diagnosis. Many other diseases have similar symptoms, and only a physician is qualified to make a diagnosis. And then it goes into transmitting them. The paramount problem in the transmission of many STDs is that they are asymptomatic. Oh, Lord. Okay, and then we have a whole page of all the different kinds. AIDS, chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, trichomonas, vaginitis, venereal warts, and syphilis. What did he call it? I want to see again. It was like morbus venereus. It sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Let me see. Yeah, morbus venereus. Sounds like you're casting a spell to give somebody a cootie. I like that. All right, let's see. Syphilis would be a really pretty girl name if it wasn't a disease. That's funny. All right, you want to? Okay, Luna. Since you picked 69B, I'll do B again. 69 dudes. All right, let's see here. And I'm really sorry if you're a new listener and you missed the not for kids thing I click on when I post this. So the rest of the show is pretty much going to be going down this vein. Just so you know. All right. 69. Anthony Comstock. Mr. Comstock, 1844 to 1915, was appointed by President Grant as special agent of the Post Office Department. His responsibility was to prevent obscene, in quotes, material from passing through the U.S. mail. Comstock had very little education and came from a family of 14 children. His mother died young. I bet she did, that poor one. Jesus Jones. But instead of coming to appreciate the horrors women endured because of the lack of birth control, he saw his mother as a martyr in his fight against it. Comstock worked as a porter, shipping clerk, and salesman until he became involved in a YMCA campaign to suppress pornography, where he was. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. He was involved in a YMCA campaign to suppress pornography, where he was successful in obtaining the arrest of a publisher. He continued his affiliation with the YMCA and soon helped to form the New York Society for the Suppression of Vice. This guy sounds like a big pain in the ass. He came to the attention of President Grant when he successfully lobbied for passage of postal legislation preventing pornography from being sent through the mail. That was a lot of P words. And then he goes down. All right, so he had physicians arrested for sending information about birth control to their patients. He was proud to have accomplished the destruction of 175 tons of obscenity, nearly 4,000 arrests, and over $237,134 collected in fines. And this was between 1844 and 1915, so imagine how much that would be today. That's enough of this dipshit. Huh. Wow. Dude needs to get a life. That's crazy. I did not realize that. All right, let's see. We're talking about buttholes, infections. My purple pimpernel has fallen, doctor. What can I do? Well, I got some bad news and some more bad news. That's hysterical. Oh, God. Yeah, that's, injected through the eye of the monster to get mercury shots. Yep, bad news. Scary but true. Ay, 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 ay. Let's see. That's a super wild way to pad your book, lady. Comstock, really? Yeah, no mailing Adam and Eve catalogs. Nope, he would have been like. So, well, it does say unusual sex practices. I guess practices is different than acts, right? More than 750 entries and 150 original illustrations on the world's strange sex activities. That's what it says. I can tell you those original illustrations or something. All right, give me one more page from my book, and then we will wrap up tonight's festivities. It's funny, I feel like I've heard of Comstock in terms of the Postal Service, but I didn't. Is there like a Comstock Act named after him or something like that? It rings a bell, but I didn't realize why. That's pretty funny. But see, if he was busier, he could have had a whole bunch of kids and left everybody else's sex lives alone. Tatiana to him. Because he's dead. All right. Somebody throw me a number between 1 and 300. Or I will just pick a page. All right, ready? There. There will always be exceptions to every rule, just as there are plenty of women in the world who have never stepped foot into a gentleman's club, but who are still constantly being exploited. I've worked in clubs that hired dancers from foreign agencies. These women knew very little English or shaving practices, yet raked in the dough. I'm picturing this one club where I worked that I used to get so mad because I'd be working and, like, would you like to get it? Would you like to buy a dance? Would you like to buy a dance? No, no, no. And then these girls come around and, back in the back, back in the back, back in the back. So finally I start going around. I'm like, hi, couch dance. Hi, couch dance. And the one guy's like, shut the fuck up, Sid. Because they all knew me at that point. So I wasn't fooling anybody. But I'm like, am I saying the wrong thing? Like, should I just try to talk with an accent? But it didn't work. But yeah, they would literally show up in a van with their driver / handler / pimp, and like van full of them would come out. And I just felt so bad for them because they'd bring them into the country and they would keep their passports. And these women were like stuck working for these people. It was horrible. And there were a lot of really nice girls too. So that sucks. But I just remember walking around going, hi, couch dance, shut up, Sid. Oh my goodness. Let's see. For syphilis, the cure would drive you crazy just like the disease would do. Isn't that what killed Al Capone? Al Capone died of syphilis, I believe. Well, complications because of syphilis, which, we're kind of watching in real time with someone else. But anyway, let's see. You had hairy ladies. Hey, absolutely. There's something for everyone. We had one girl in one club where I worked, and she wasn't international, but she didn't shave and she didn't use deodorant because she said it caused cancer. And she only had anal because then she could say she was a virgin. So it takes all types. Not quick enough. Amen, Lizzie. Tatiana to that. Cheers, my friend. All right. Well, my friends, this has been phenomenal. Thank you for hanging out with me through all this stupid technical bullshit that was going on tonight. And hopefully next week we will not be laggy. I will restart everything, because I've been having everything up and staying up to do my positive affirmations every day. If you're not catching them, they are on Learn to Go, the podcast Facebook page, Learn to Go, Instagram, and Learn to Go, the podcast YouTube channels. Every morning, 8 o'clock is a positive affirmation using my affirmators. I am not affiliated with the company. They're just super cool. They were a gift from a friend. So I like to use them to start your day off on a happy note. So please, please check them out. Share them. They are made to share, and they are always under 3 minutes. So super quick way to start your day out on a good note. And I appreciate every single one of you that comes to hang out with me on Wednesdays. I love you guys. You make my week, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, when life is bringing you down, when things are getting hard, make sure you take those problems head on. Because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding from your problems, but the rest of the world just sees a big ass. Love you.